So, funny story, but I never had any intentions of playing Megabonk anytime soon. Yes, I had heard it was an indie darling from last year and that it was a wonderful roguelike created by a solo developer. So, while I wanted to play it, I just didn't see how I could fit it into my schedule since I'm still planning on streaming all the Dark Souls games soon. But I had just finished editing my Hades video and had just finished the script for my Hades 2 review, and I'd been doing lots of YouTubing and just wanted to vibe out and play a new game. I already owned Megabonk because I bought it on the New Year Steam sale, but again, I had no intentions of playing it right away. But now, 50 hours later, I've unlocked pretty much everything in the game save for a few items, and have added yet another roguelite into my gaming rotation. My Hades review is literally titled, Hades Made Me Addicted to Roguelikes, and I don't think I really realized just how susceptible I am to this genre of game until I played Megabonk. I didn't even stream my initial playthrough, I just logged on for a bit to see what it was about. Well, next thing I knew, 4 hours had disappeared and I was late making dinner for my fiance and I. That night, I think I dreamt about it. For sure it was keeping me awake just thinking about it. The next day, I streamed it all day, and within a week, I had over 40 hours logged on the game. I have a laptop, so if I wasn't streaming it, I was playing it on my couch on the laptop while watching the NFL playoffs. I truly just could not get enough of this game, and it was completely accidental. Now, normally, I don't like to write my review for a game until I've done everything the game has to offer, but Megabonk, while it is infinitely replayable, you get the gist of it after a few hours. And after having completed some of its toughest challenges, I'm now here to talk about what makes this game so great. So one thing you should know about me is that I've always been a bit of a math nerd. I won a national science fair when I was in 8th grade, though our project did have nothing to do with math. I took engineering in post-secondary, and when I started YouTube videos, a lot of what I did was focusing on the math and numbers behind builds and damage in Destiny 2. For a long time, I had never dove into the roguelike genre, but as I said, Hades really sunk its teeth into me, and then Hades 2 made me love the genre even more. So when I booted up Megabonk, I really didn't know what to expect. But after my first couple of days with it, I realized what it is about this genre that makes me love it so much. Math. This genre, and this game in particular, is a buildcrafter's dream. You can make a vast array of builds that all shine in their own way. Right away, I was drawn to the character Calcium because he can move so quickly, and being able to move around the map is crucial for unlocking more power-ups, which then makes you stronger. So I find Calcium the easiest to start a run with, just because you can level up so quickly. But as my knowledge of the game grew, I was able to make many builds work with many characters. I had a build with Megachad where I basically just stood there and nothing could really hurt me. The balance in this game is phenomenal. Vetinad is the handle of the person who created Megabonk, and my god did they develop this game well. Like I said, it's so impressive how such a variety of gameplay styles can all be so effective if you know what you're doing. Sure, some playstyles are easier than others, but basically all of them can be effective in their own right with the proper build crafting. Now, one thing about roguelikes is they are inherently unpredictable with a high degree of RNG. But again, that is what makes them so addicting. They say gambling is the most addictive of all addictions because of the intermittent reinforcement. Where with something like drugs, yes, that addiction is very real, but when you take a hit of something, you generally know the feeling you're going to get. With gambling, think like a slot machine especially, which are literally just programmed machines that rely on RNG, the reward mechanism occurs at random intervals. Every pull could lead to a big win. It makes you feel like you are one action away from a big payoff. With Megabonk, every shrine you charge, every chest you open, could give you an item that takes your build to the next level. Some runs are over in a matter of seconds because you just get crap reward after crap reward and you can't keep up with the growing horde of enemies. But then you just quickly restart and try again. Maybe this is the run where you get that god run, and when you actually do, when the stars align and you get every upgrade that you're looking for, it's so damn addicting. And that payoff is what makes you want to run again and again and again. To reiterate, the core gameplay loop is infinitely addicting. If I am ever bored, I know I can just jump in for a game of Megabonk and I know I'll have a fun time. The game offers a ton of challenges for you to take on as well. Yes, skill is involved for sure, and knowing how to get around the map quickly with bunny hopping can get you powered up more quickly, giving you greater odds at overcoming these challenges, but ultimately, what will usually determine success or failure is the luck you get in your drops. But outside of the challenge modifiers, there are also challenges that you do to unlock certain items. Some require a certain number of kills with a weapon or character, others require you to level a tome to a certain level. This means that you must commit to a tome that you would not otherwise necessarily choose. The cool thing about this though, is that it forces you to play a different playstyle, and doing this teaches you more about the game, and you may just discover a new playstyle that you really vibe with. Or you may discover that something that sounded crappy on paper is actually really strong if built into properly. And you never would have discovered this if the game didn't encourage you to play a certain type of way. You unlock skins for each character by doing certain things with them, and again, that promotes you using a character you might have otherwise ignored. But the game entices you to do this because of your completionist mindset and wanting to unlock as much of the game as possible. This is brilliant game design, and something I appreciate more and more as time goes on. I love that every unlock in the game is learnt through mastery and trial and error, rather than by swiping your credit card. And if you want to unlock the best items, you have to do the hardest things, as it should be. And in an era of gaming littered with microtransactions, this game design philosophy stands out and shines brighter than ever. Speaking of the current gaming area, GTA 6 is supposed to come out later this year, and by all accounts, the game is going to look stunning. Last year, The Witcher 4 had a showcase at the Unreal Engine event showing off how realistic the game looks, and while this technology is nice and all, it has hugely diminishing returns. Games now take longer than ever to make while costing more and more money every year to produce, and also soon to buy as we're approaching $80 games with Mario Kart World taking the first leap and rumors of GTA 6 likely going to cost $100. But Megabonk is a perfect example of substance over style, and this is not to rag on the style of the game, as I will get to in a second, but it is to emphasize that a game can still be fun as hell while looking like it was made 20 or 30 years ago. Real gamers do not care about graphical fidelity. They care if a game is fun or not. Video games are supposed to be fun, and Megabonk has that fun in spades. Every run is a chance for a new gameplay style that you have yet to experience. Each upgrade could be the one that leads to a god run. I mentioned the art style, but the music is also really good in this game. It's simple, but it totally fits the vibe. There are 3 levels, one is a forest style, one is a desert style, and one is a graveyard. But even with the lack of visual fidelity, they all still have a sense of style. On the graveyard level, instead of smashing pots, you smash pumpkins, you kill ghosts and heads, you go through a crypt with lava. Speaking of style, this isn't just a visual medium. The game has a total Zoomer Gen Z vibe to it. Every level that you start has a funny quip. When you go into the desert, it says, "Smells like warm sand. I fucking hate warm sand." When you die, it says, "You dead, maybe him skill issue?" The graveyard says it gets terrible reviews on Google Maps. The character descriptions are all funny, as are the characters themselves. Megachad's description is he wields the perfect, most powerful jawline. His default weapon is literally Aura, which damages enemies that get too close to you. Then he has a secondary skill called Flex, which stops damage while boosting your damage briefly. Sir Chadwell's description is also hilarious, but I will let you discover the rest in the game. The character's main weapons all suit their vibe, so there is a definite theme to each character, and their movement and base stats also complement their style. For example, Birdo, at base, has an extra jump and it can fly through the air. Again, there is attention to detail and care put into every element of this game. The items often have funny descriptors as well. Point is, this game has a very distinct vibe that courses through the whole thing. It's like a meme game, but I mean that in the most complimentary way possible. I mentioned how the characters all have a default weapon as well. Well, the weapons also have pros and cons to them. And again, other funny names such as the slutty rocket. I truly can't praise this game enough on its balance. It's so impressive how you can scale so much damage or lifesteal or whatever, and yet the game still remains somewhat challenging. The boss fights have immunity phases where you have to disable the shrines, so if you do build a glass cannon build, sure you can melt the boss in seconds, but if you take just 1 or 2 hits while performing the mechanics, then it's run over. Conversely, if you build all into health, then you will just run out of time, at which point a ton of ghosts will spawn and you will likely get overrun before you can take out the boss. So truly, mad props for finding such a good equilibrium with the game. There's no story in this game or voice acting, but for someone like me, I do not care. I play games to have fun first and foremost, and this game delivers a boatload of fun. It's definitely a game that I'll come back to in the future to mess around with and keep unlocking everything over time. I cannot recommend it enough. And that's it for the video. Let me know down below how you enjoyed Megabonk if you've played it, and if so, let me know your favorite character and why. I'm curious to hear. For me, it's definitely Calcium because of how fast he gets around on the skateboard. If you're still here, thanks so much for watching to the end. It means a lot. Please like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe for more game reviews. Check me out on Twitch at itssizzle7 and join the Discord as well. There's links in the description. Anyways, that's it from me. Thanks for watching if you're still here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.